This is the plaintiff, James Hollick. He says his very own sister took money from an account they shared, deposited it into her account, and basically stole from her own flesh and blood. They haven't spoken since summer. He still can't believe she did it and has no other choice but to sue for the $4,640 she robbed from him. This is the defendant, Elizabeth Hollick. She says her brother is delusional or something because she gave him half the money, some of which he took to a casino and lost. The rest of it, he used to take girls out on dates acting like a big shot or something. When the plaintiff accused her of stealing last summer, well, that was the last straw, and now they're done being brother and sister. She's accused of burglarizing a brother.
Litigants have sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, James Hollick?
Yes.
You are suing your sister Elizabeth Hollick
Yes, Your Honor.
for $4,640 that you say she has stolen from you in your disability checks. You're going to need to explain this to me. What happened?
Okay, so I was on unemployment at the end of last year. It was running out, and I had been to the hospital a few times. So somebody recommended me, go see Social Security. Maybe they'll help you out. I said, okay.
You had been to the hospital a few times for what?
For mental disagreements.
Okay. For breakdowns?
For PTSD,
I don't know.
post-traumatic stress disorder.
And what was the trauma?
It was the stress of going to college, being away from home and not having such an active environment, because my home life was very active, and I
Okay.
wasn't used to not having an active environment, and it just wore down on me.
Okay.
So I went to the Social Security office. They said, yes, we can do this for you, but we need to get you...
Because you went to college and it was stressful, you got on disability.
Yeah.
There had to be more to it than that.
There is, but can I please not disclose?
Yeah, that's fine. But just tell me there's more to it than that, because otherwise I'm going to quit my job right now and go sign up. There has to be more to it than that. So you had been at hospitals for mental breakdown.
Yes.
Okay. Then you went to Social Security and you applied for disability regarding the mental/emotional breakdowns.
And it went through my doctors, and it got cleared.
Okay. So you end up being awarded disability for that. Okay.
Yes.
Now go, and what happened?
And then they asked for a trustee because I'm schizoaffective.
Okay. So you decided to make your sister the trustee.
Because she was living with me and my father at the time.
Okay. Now both of you are still living with your father?
No, I am.
You are, she is not.
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay. But at the time that this is going on, which is what month?
January of 2010.
All right. So you ask her to help you out and be the trustee, and she agrees. And the first check comes, and the first check is for how much?
For $46.50.
$46.50. And it was for $46.50 because it was retroactive from the time that you applied.
It was retroactive from a 6-month period before.
What did you do with that money?
I went and bought cell phones.
Okay.
To keep in communication because she has an active lifestyle. She wasn't always home.
Okay. And that doesn't cost $4,600. So what happened with the rest of the money?
That cost $750.
Okay.
And to tell you the truth...
What kind of phones did you guys buy?
She got a BlackBerry.
And
I got a G1.
Okay. So go ahead.
And the truth, to tell you, I'm not quite sure.
Was that what disability was intended to cover? Was that the life necessity that everybody else here has to help pay for you so you can go out and buy a $400 phone? That's why? That's why we're all chipping in the extra taxes and everything else?
Well, telecommunications is important these days.
Yes, it is, sweetheart. Go get a $30 phone.
It helps with applications.
Yes, you can get a $30 phone. It works just as well as a $30 phone. Because I wager to say there's a lot of people in this courtroom who can't afford that phone because they got to pay for it out of their own money that they earned, right? That's sort of, you realize, well, that sounds distasteful to someone to hear, right? That the first thing you did with that money was not pay for your housing or your clothes or food, but that you ran out and both go, woohoo, BlackBerry time! And then you run out and you buy $400 phones each. It's not funny, you know? I mean, it's sort of sickening, you know, and then it's big bad Wall Street, right?
I believe that, Your Honor.
Yeah. All right, so you run out and buy almost $1,000 in phones. What else do you do? Where's the other $3,600? What happened?
And then there was an $800 check that we cut to my father. Well, $800 cash that we cut to my father.
Okay.
For rent. Because he was asking for $200 a month.
Okay.
And we paid for that in March, I believe, is when I got the receipt for it.
Okay, but the money came to you when? In January?
In January.
Right. So
Day
what
before my
happened
birthday.
in January with all that money? Nothing? Just the phones?
I'm not sure. I know 2,000 made it to the account.
Where's the money that came in? Where's the $4,600? I don't know why you're smiling. Where's the $4,600 that came in? What happened with that money?
Your Honor, he wanted money to go. He wanted $300 to go to a New York Yankees game. He wanted $300 to go to a New York Knicks game. He wanted $500 to take his girlfriend / best friend. She brought her ice skating to Lake Compounds, which is an amusement park where we live. He brought her to the movies. And I told him, listen, this is not what your money is intended for, because if you
Your money's intended for my BlackBerry.
No, I didn't even say that.
No, I'm sure you didn't.
The BlackBerry, he told me that if I signed on as his person to deal with his money, that he would buy me this BlackBerry. Oh, it could be a birthday present. It could be a Christmas present. It could be, you know, and I told him, I was like, listen, I was like, this money is intended for you to go back to school or get a house or get a car or do something productive. Not just phones, parties, Yankee games, Knicks games.
On the disability check.
Casino. He told me rent a car. We're gonna go to the casino, rent a car with my money.
And did you?
Which turned out to be
Yes.
a date for them.
Did you do that? You
Yes,
rented
I
a
did,
car?
Your Honor, because he was so high-strung on renting
So you
the
guys
car.
went to a casino on the government check. You went out and rented a car, because I can see from the bank records that you rented a car on the debit card of an account that's supposed to have this money in there. Okay, and then, oh, by the way, after that $4,600, of course, there's another $750 coming in every month, right? Since January.
Correct.
Wow, is this a great country or what? Unbelievable. When did you suspect that your sister was dipping in the till for her own purposes?
I suspected it as soon as she took it out of our joint bank account and moved it into her own personal account, which my mother.
And yet after that, you continued to give her the check to endorse, correct?
Correct, up until August when.
But if you suspected that she moved the account in February, and so why didn't you stop her from being your trustee in February if you thought she was stealing from you?
Because she was like, "Oh, you can trust me. I'm your sister."
Well, then what reason? Didn't you ask her? Why did you move the money?
I did ask her. I had continually
And
asked
what
her for
answer
bank
did she
statements,
give you?
receipts.
What is
for
the answer
such
she
car
gave you in
answers.
February about why she took your name off the account?
She said because I was taking $20 out for dinner that evening.
Really? Watch this. What is the reason that you took his name off the joint account?
Because, Your Honor, he was spending freely. I noticed $300 from the account missing. I called him up. I said, what are you doing with your money? He said, it's none of your business. And
So you moved his name off the account.
Yes, because.
And you continue, though, to be his trustee.
Yes, because.
And he doesn't take you off as his trustee until August. What
August.
happened in August to make
Because
you do
I was consoling with my mother.
Consulting?
Consoling with my
Consult-
mother about this.
You
And
talked to her about it?
Yeah.
Okay, consulting.
And
Go ahead.
she said, "Oh, well, I've been getting bank statements here at the house. You want me to open it up and take a look?"
Okay.
Yes, Mom. What's in that bank account that is my money? $44. When I have
And
a bank statement.
you had expected that there should be a nice, healthy balance in there.
I had expected $3,600 in that
And
account.
why $3,600?
Because that would have been roughly less the expenses of the phone and the rent.
Let me see the bank statements. I want to see the bank statement. Was there a debit card associated with the bank statement?
There was a debit card. She had the debit card. I had an ATM card.
Okay.
With the original
but
bank
she had a
statement.
debit card?
She
Why
had a
did she
debit
have a
card.
debit card?
Because that's how they set it up. They said, "Oh, what
But I don't
would you
understand.
like to have done
Why
with
does
this?"
she have a debit card? Isn't the account only your money?
It's supposed to be.
Is
But
the account only his money?
No, because I have money
You
in it.
commingled your money into the account? You're a trustee and you commingled your money in there
Your
too?
Honor, I did not know.
You know that's not permitted, right,
I would-
legally? Because when you do
No, I
that,
didn't.
then trustees say things like, oh, no, that part of it was mine. And trustees aren't supposed to do that. It's supposed to be cleanly only his money. Let me see your bank statement so I can see what you deposited versus what the government deposited. Where's the rest of the statements? Where's March? Where's February? And where's January?
Your Honor, my boyfriend believes that I'm a paper hoarder and he threw them away.
Is that your boyfriend?
That's my boyfriend.
Why didn't you go get them for court? You know you're being sued about this.
Because I didn't think they could put him for 6 months.
You
I
don't
didn't-
think,
I didn't
wait,
think.
you don't think the bank can give you statements of your own account? You didn't think that
Not
could
for
happen?
6 months back, no.
Then you are too stupid to be a trustee for someone else's $800, which I don't believe. I believe that you are not too stupid to be a trustee. I think you might be dishonest, and I think you might be perjuring yourself. But that's distinct from being stupid. I am looking at the debits from the months you're giving me right now. What am I going to find? Let's see. On May 3rd, who ordered flowers for somebody?
I did. That was with my money, Your Honor.
Really? Where's your deposit into this bank account? Can I see a single deposit on your part into the bank account?
Your Honor, I had gotten $906.76 on April 26th of 2010 from the IRS from my taxes.
I don't see that here.
It went in April, and then
Well, then let me see it.
I don't have that one. I'm sorry.
Well, then it's going to be really hard for you to prove that you put any money in here, isn't it?
I have the thing
Let's talk
from
about
the
other charges that are in here.
IRS saying
I don't
they
have a
paid.
single deposit on your part in here. I don't have a single deposit on your part into this account that you say, oh, if I spent money on it, Judge, I spent money because it's my money. And yet I have receipts that are attached here. How long have you been using Tampax?
Huh?
How
That was
long
my
have you
purchase,
been
Your
using Summer's Eve? How long have you been using Always Pads?
Your Honor, that
Those
was
are his?
my receipt.
Oh, you
it
think?
must have got missed.
Why is that in here? That used with the debit card? Those are clearly feminine hygiene products that he probably doesn't use. So how is it that you are buying that, and that's a legitimate use of my government tax dollars and everyone else in here's government tax dollars? How is it that that's appropriate, and how is it that that's an expenditure for his benefit?
Because, Your Honor,
I understand how the Yankees games are for his benefit. I understand how renting a car and go blowing it all in Vegas or Atlantic City is for his benefit. I'm just having a little trouble with the Tampax.
Your Honor, that receipt must have got put in there by accident. But
Do you have children?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have children?
I have a daughter.
How old's your daughter?
She's 8 years old.
Oh, TJ Maxx, the juniors department.
I didn't understand that all our stuff was supposed to be kept
Okay,
apart.
so now that's fine.
So
I'll
when-
accept that.
when
That you
I would
didn't
go
understand it.
shopping-
Now just prove to me that you put a 1 cent, 1 cent, one stinking penny into this account. Can you do that? Because that's your defense, basically.
Your Honor, the only thing I have is the thing from the Department of Treasury saying that I received $906. I also
How
have...
do I know you didn't go straight to the bank and blow it in Atlantic City? How do I know you deposited this account to be able to spend it like you apparently have?
'Cause I was also-
That's the part you got to prove. Apparently, you told them that
Yes,
she
my
was
mother
cheating
is
you.
now my trustee.
Your mother's now
and
your
my
trustee.
mother now lets me do online banking so that I can handle my own bills in a proper fashion, so that I can now pay for the medical bills, for the student loans,
Yeah, that's
for the
fabulous.
joint
Now,
cell
let me
phone
just ask you a
bills now that
question,
she has a job.
Did you end up telling the government that she was stealing your money?
Yes.
So you were going to
So
proceed
now
to
I'm going to
prosecute your
pursue
sister.
this.
So you can pursue this, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I see part of a bank account that you gave, part of this bank account that you gave in earlier from the earlier account that the two of you had together, where 2,000 went in and 2,000 went out. Why did that 2,000 go out?
Because, Your Honor, he was spending money out of the bank account, and he was not bringing me the receipts. I asked him for receipts.
So that
He brought
2,000
me-
should have gone into the new account
Yes.
in some prior date on a month that you don't have covered because you didn't bring me that statement. Is that
I'm
correct?
sorry, yes.
No, is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, can I ask a question about that account statement that you just brought up?
Yep.
Where is the money that I was spending before the 2,000 was withdrawn?
I don't know. See, you got yourself into this mess, and then you expect that I'm going to be able to figure this out, you know, point by point, and figure out who spent on Taco Bell and who spent on Dunkin' Donuts and who's got tally. How can you ever put a judge in this position? How can you ever expect that I'm going to be able to look at this and make sense out of it and figure out the right amount of whatever she took that she shouldn't have? How? Court is in recess.
All rise.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. If you had a brother or sister who owed you $4,600 and they didn't pay you, would you ever sue them?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Well, okay, that's a little lackadaisical. Would you sue them? I mean, you're going to ruin the relationship.
Yes, sir, I would sue him.
You'll ruin the relationship.
Well, they'd have to pay me. The relationship would have to be ruined.
So how much is a relationship worth? I mean, would you sue them?
Most definitely.
Anybody would not sue? Oh, you changed your mind?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Because?
I owe my brother $4,600.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. You're even going inside the courtroom.
I will not listen to you tell me that you didn't know that banks keep records of statements. I will not believe that. You have woefully failed in your job as a trustee. Never mind the way the money was squandered. But the fact that you commingled your funds in it, the fact that you can't prove to me that you put any of your funds in it, that's you who say you commingled it. I have no idea if you ever put a penny. And the fact that you get a debit card on money that, as far as I know, is only his money, because I can't see a single deposit on your part, and the debit card are clearly all your expenses because he doesn't have a debit card. You're not allowed to do that. I will not listen to you when you tell me how much money that was, because you were busy spending the money nonstop all the time. So you never bothered to ask for a statement so that you can see what was going on. So how can I know that I should just trust you and figure out your accounting? What I've got to do is guess. Because if I just turn around and say, you both make me sick, and dismiss the case, she wins. And I don't like that. And based on these receipts that I'm seeing from the debit card, she shouldn't win. Okay, folks, this is where we do a little rough justice. Based on the number of purchases that there are no way they could have been for your benefit, I am going to figure out an average of how much she might have been spending during the course of those months on her benefit. And I'm going to order her to pay back to you the sum of $800.
Hold on right there, please.
Okay, so the judge has ruled here on this case, and so come on out here. Very, very unhappy, the judge is, with your behavior in this case.
I understand that. I don't know.
What can you say that refutes the evidence that you're scamming the government?
I don't think I scammed the government because I have proof that I had money in the account that was mine. I had unemployment statements. I had my IRS check in there.
Did I miss that? Because, well, we were all watching, and I didn't see you present any evidence that you had money in that account.
I told her, she didn't want to see it.
Oh, you just told her, but that's not evidence.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So you and your brother weren't working together and getting the most out of the government here? Every penny you could?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, right down this way. All right, so come on in here. Judge very unhappy with you two.
Absolutely, as she has a right to be. And all I'm going to say is I hope my sister enjoys her new Infinity that got bought under her boyfriend's name. That's all I have to say to it.
That's how you want to leave this? You have
It never got brought up in court, but that's where it was.
Do you have anything to say to make yourself look any better before you walk around the corner here?
I have some nice friends. They take me out. Thanks.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, if you are the beneficiary of a trust or a will and you think the person who is administering that is somehow abusing their right and wasting the money, you have a right to go to court if you can prove it and get that person removed. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.